as I look at us and our differences. Lose that grin, it helps us fall in between. Why is it so hard when there's old scars? Take another turn with me. We don't have to be always forever. Still, we can spend our days somehow together. Still, we both think alike, yet we seem to bite. Oh, parting is difficult, greeting is just a charm. Oh, however it goes, trust in me and know that you are worth every tear. Thoughts hanging over me. Oh, caught out this predicament. Oh, I can't get my head straight. Can't get my head straight.
So this is where the bats are going to be taken off. We're going to come back here later this evening, but we won't be able to take any video or photos of it. That'd be fun to watch a bunch of bats take off. gonna go down in there. That looks kind of creepy.
narrow passage we've got to get through. Otherwise we won't survive.
Oh my.
Hold on. Okay, go. Oh, you got a duck. Otherwise my head would get stuck between rocks.
Seriously.
What?
Where'd everybody go? Where's everybody?
Home of thousands of Mexican free-tailed bats. The bats roost here from March to October. During the day, bats hang by their feet from the ceiling in great clusters. At sunset, they stream out past this point to hunt for insects. Guano, or bat poop, has accumulated on the floor of the bat cave to depths of more than 40 feet. Mining of this valuable fertilizer in the early 1900s led to the exploration of this cave. Well, we finally made it down to the bottom.
Took a while.
It took a little bit, but it was really cool. Now we get to walk around.
Well, how long did it take? About an hour?
About an hour, yeah. Get to walk around the cave. Just completed the cave. We gave it a 5 out of 10. Not sure why.
Yeah, well, I want to climb on the rock.
Oh, because she wants to go climb on the
And
rocks.
it's lower, but they're all blocked off.
You gotta stay on the path, which she doesn't like. Brady gave it an 8 out of 10. Right?
I touched everything.
Yeah, he didn't really touch everything.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Yeah, me too. 2 thumbs up. Let's see.
I won't show you everything so we don't spoil the whole tour or whatever, but
we'll
Why'd you take so many pictures of yourself?
All right, we survived our first boondocking experience. We've spent, first off, maybe I just stand right here. All right, so first off, I need to apologize for the wind. It's a little windy out today. Hopefully you can hear me. But we survived our first boondocking experience. 3 nights at Camp Chaos, or Chaos Campground. It's a Bureau of Land Management. It's a little lot. I'll show you what it looks like here.
Tell them about the wind though first.
I did. I said apologize for the wind. So there's the entrance, and it's a big, just gravel pit. And there's about 8 other people here. There was just 3-4 of us for a few days, but it's been quite the experience, and Michelle really likes it a lot better than campgrounds. I enjoy it. It's peaceful, it's quiet. We had 2 screw-ups, which I'll tell you about, and then one kind of unknown. But we're getting ready to travel today again. Head to another boondocking spot. But let me go over and tell you how we screwed up. We got this little trailer hitch thing, storage for our generator. So the first night we had our generator sitting on here. We have it covered, chained down, locked, hopefully, you know, prevent people from stealing it. Honest people honest. But I had these totes on both sides. So I started the generator, run the generator. Next morning, start the generator, get coffee, you know, charge the batteries and whatnot. Well, I didn't even think about it, but I had this tote sitting right next to it. I don't know if you can see it. Got a little hole. Had this sitting right by the exhaust. So melted the outside of the tote, then proceeded in the inside is some outdoor game stuff that we had. And I've already thrown it away, but the things in here were melted. I've got this still because I think we'll be okay. But melted the bag, melted a flotation device, melted a couple of rackets. So, yep, screw up number 1 on Blake. But, you know, what you gonna do? So our second screw up kind of goes into the unknown. See this white truck back here? They're in a tent, and they were parked closer to us 2 nights ago, and we weren't sure, you know, with the generator on how late to run it, how exactly to use it. So we shut it off at about 7 o'clock one night, and at about 3-4 o'clock in the morning started to hear a beep, and that beep was a carbon monoxide detector that's hardwired into our trailer. I'm like, why is that going off? Well, turns out we ran our battery dry. So our fridge shut off. Everything shut off. No lights, no pump, no nothing. So about 6 o'clock in the morning I got up, I sat and I'm looking, trying to figure everything out. Figure out it's the battery, and I don't want to go, whoa.
Sorry.
That's going in the bloopers. So I figure out it's the battery, but I don't want to go start the generator at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that's loud, not loud, but you know, we've got these people in a tent not too far away. So I waited till 7:30, but that kind of leads us into our unknown. Not really a screw up, but how often do you use your generator? We're not solar ready yet. After this experience, I'm going to put that on the forefront because we do need to get solar ready so that we don't have this issue anymore, and if we just need to run the generator for the microwave or air conditioning or whatever we need to use, we use that, but we need solar. So in the comments down below, just let us know what times you use your generator, what time you shut it off at. Last night I ran it till about 9:30, and this morning no issues like we had the night before. So as we spent 3 days here, there's a couple tips that I want to give you that we need to get better at also, and that is water. Water. Now we filled up 14 gallons of fresh drinking water. We've got 2 7-gallon jugs, and then we've got 4 of the gallon jugs. So we had that pretty much full, and we have plenty of that water left. The water that I'm talking about is in your fresh tank. Now our tank on this is 81 gallons. So, which you saw me fill it in the last video. For us, it's trying to get used to not using as much water. Showers, dishes. You know, we use paper plates one night, but then we had steaks the next night, so we use normal plates, and then you have to do all those dishes, and then you have cereal in the morning, and dishes, forks and spoons, and, you know, showers, as I've said, flushing the toilet, all that kind of stuff. We've gone through 2/3 of our water in 3 days. I'm gonna go over here and hopefully that the wind's a little better. So in 3 days, we've gone through 2/3 of our water. If we want to boondock for any period longer than 3 days, we're gonna have to get better at the showers. We had 5 showers taken in 3 days. And we took a shower before we left the campground when we were hooked up to, you know, water and sewer. The dishes. And I know I've said all this stuff before, but it's really important that you need to think about your water and conserving your water and how to minimize the use of water. Another tip that I have is how to park. Now when we got here, it was pretty much wide open, and you saw in that last video I was thinking about which direction to park. Now we parked facing the south, and I did that for a couple reasons. First is at night in the desert, it gets cool. So the morning sun hits where the refrigerator is. Doesn't heat up the refrigerator and that whole side of the camper super quick. So we keep the windows open at night, keep it cool, get a chili in there, cover up in some blankets, and then as the day progresses, by the afternoon it was only 77, 78 degrees in the trailer. Which, yes, that's warm, but with the breeze and us facing south, the front of the trailer facing south, the breeze was coming through the side of the trailer that we have our windows on. So that breeze was blowing through. Sometimes it was blowing through so hard that we had to shut the window. You know, once again, we're in the desert. We're right by the Guadalupe Mountains. So the wind comes off of there and creates quite a breeze. But it kept the trailer relatively comfortable all 3 days. And the temperature yesterday was 86 degrees outside. The hottest it was in our trailer was about 78. So when you arrive at a boondocking spot, figure out which way the wind's coming from, where your appliances are that you want to keep cool, and all that kind of stuff. Because we're using gas to cool our fridge when you're boondocking, and you just want to, you want to make things work as easy as possible. Now, by no means are we professionals at boondocking. I'm not saying that I don't know everything. There might be a better way to do stuff, and we'll figure all that kind of stuff out as we boondock more and more. But I'm just really happy that 3 days, we made it through, no major issues. I mean, running your battery dry is a big issue, yes, but we caught it early enough, got the generator going, everything was fine. If you're thinking about this lifestyle, make sure you start thinking about ways to boondock, because it is cheap. We stayed here for 3 nights for nothing. You know, we filled up our water at our last campground. Now we're going to stay at a different place for another 3-4 nights. I think it's 3 nights is the max. So 3 nights. We're gonna stop at a rest area where we can, in Texas, they have a free dump station and free water. So we're gonna dump our tanks, get more fresh water, and then go boondocking again. So make sure you take into consideration all those things as you will figure out if this is the lifestyle you want to live. And lastly, I will say that the Carlsbad area is absolutely beautiful. We're south of town. The town gets kind of busy. There's a lot of, I believe, oil type workers there. So when it's not working hours, the town is absolutely packed. But the caverns of Carlsbad are absolutely amazing. The bat flight program, 2 thumbs up, was absolutely great. The cave, going to experience that, was absolutely great. So if you get out this way, make sure you check it out.
Okay, let me see that move, Reed.
Gonna take the down below from where we are right now. Bat poop.
What is it?
Oh no, bat poop.
What?
What are we here to do?
See bats fly. Gallons in it.
Why?
I don't know.
Mild.
That's how much your love is for whoever you're thinking about.
I didn't see no RV parking spots.
Oh, just a spot to pull up alongside.
I thought you said you can't with the semis.
On the sidewalk or something.
I don't get it.
That's okay. It is. Apologize for
Now what do I do?
Kind of. Slow down a little bit. You gotta get a little more, then start to turn because you got a trailer. Okay, now turn this way. Okay, I'll tell you when to stop. You ready? Stop. I'll have to grab it.